Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We begin with Usman Dembele as a report have come out claiming that manager Xavi tried to convince Dembele to stay at Barca by citing the Neymar's example back in 2017. We are going to discuss that as we progress. Secondly, talking about this report claiming that Barca are looking at this 65 million rated Bayern Munich winger Leroy Sane as a possible Dembele replacement. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification so you always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With each passing hour, Ousmane Dembele seems to be edging closer to a transfer away to Paris Saint-Germain from Barca, despite the deadline for his 50 million release clause expiring last night. Barca and PSG will now negotiate the transfer for the 26-year-old, with the Catalans setting a 5-day deadline for all parties to reach an agreement. Dembele's sudden decision to leave the club for PSG comes as a blow, given how important a cog he had been in the team under Xavi Hernandez. Naturally, the manager made attempts to try and convince Dembele to reconsider his decision and continue at Barca. According to Mundo Deportivo, Xavi cited Neymar's problematic PSG stint. Xavi has been the biggest defender of Dembele and played a huge part in convincing the club and the player to continue their partnership by agreeing a new contract last year. The 43-year-old tactician also managed to get the best out of the Frenchman over the past 18 months or so, while he was also relatively injury-free during that period. The manager cited the example of former Barcelona superstar Neymar and his problematic spell in PSG to convince Dembele from changing his decision. Neymar left Barca for PSG back in 2017 for a world record 222 million euros transfer fee, with Dembele coming in as a replacement for the Brazilian. However, since joining the Parisian Giants, Neymar has struggled to hit the heights expected and has yearned for a return to Barca, going as far as offering himself to the club on multiple occasions, including even this summer. So, despite Xavi's efforts though, he has been unable to convince Dembele into reconsidering his stance about a move to PSG. The Frenchman is understood to have already agreed a 5-year contract with Le Parisien and will stand to earn wages worth around 20 million euros per season. The move now depends on the two clubs reaching an agreement over a transfer fee. Of course, Dembele to PSG, I don't see it stopping anytime soon, as from the look of things, Dembele have already made his choice, and no matter what Xavi says, it will just be falling on deaf ears from the look of things. And bringing the Neymar example, I don't think will change anything. Yes, we understand that Neymar left to PSG, and I think he'll be regretting why he did that because his career have taken a nosedive. In the 6 years that Neymar have been there, it has been just chaotic, isn't it? It has been very chaotic. And to be honest, it won't surprise me if Dembele goes through the same. It won't surprise me. Of course, even when Dembele was at Barca, majority who have been, in fact, he has been suffering a lot of injuries. Before Xavi came into the picture, Dembele have been going through a lot, and fans have been left frustrated that after all the hundred and how many million that he was bought, you know, he was all mostly spent on the hospital bed. But when Xavi came, Xavi, I don't know, Dembele had to adjust in terms of injury problems. Even though he last season he got a 4-month injury, that was the only injury he suffered since Xavi came in as the manager in 2021, but which was still a good improvement from the player standards. So as it stands right now, there is no changing of Dembele's mind from all indications, as the player is already convinced of the PSG project. He wants to go there, and the salary as well is a huge motivating factor, as this report is claiming that Dembele is set to receive 20 million euros per season or per year, whatever, which is very much higher, times five of what he receives at Barca, because currently he receives 4.5 million, I think, per season at Barcelona, and over there he'll be taking 20 million. So you can imagine the rise of payments, which is really a great tempting factor for Ousmane Dembele, who believes that his talents that he showcases deserves a better pay than what Barca currently gives him, isn't it? So let's see how Xavi will do without his beloved Dembele. We know Xavi has been a huge admirer of Dembele for quite a long time. If not of Xavi, I don't think Dembele could have still been a Barca player. Let's face the facts. Xavi came on when Dembele and Barca were in serious loggerheads concerning the contract extension that year, as the agent wanted a very huge 50 million euros per season contract from Barca, which was just so unrealistic and crazy. But Xavi came in and, of course, had to settle down the matter. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, with talks of Dembele moving to Paris Saint-Germain getting weight, Barca appear to already been looking at possible candidates to replace the player. Dembele has already or has reportedly agreed a 5-year contract with PSG, and Barca have been notified of the same already. Should the French champions pay his 50 million release clause by the end of the day, he will be on a move. If they are unable to close the deal by the end of today, the release clause will rise to 100 million, at which point PSG will try to negotiate with Barca for the price. Either way, Barca are bracing for Ousmane Dembele's departure, and as such, Sport has come out with a report about possible replacement that the La Liga champions will look at. As per the report, one of the names Barca could potentially look at to replace Dembele is Bayern Munich winger Leroy Sane. The 27-year-old has been a regular in the side for the Bavarian Giants, featuring 133 times in which he has 38 goals and 37 assists. Sané, whose current market value stands at 65 million, is a versatile player with plenty of experience at the highest level from his time at Man City and Bayern. Furthermore, his time at City under Pep might help him get regular with Bayern's system fairly easily, and a reunion with former teammate Ilkay Gundogan and Eric Garcia should also help with his adaptation. Sane is one of several players that Barca could look at, although Bernardo Silva could be the priority option should there be room and finances for a new top quality signing this summer. There is also the possibility that Xavi and co could turn to an in-house solution in ASAP Day and invest the proceeds from Dembele's departure on a new right back. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.